Today's Shakespeare's Coffee Break is brought to you by the good people at Hill Storage and Rigging Company. No job too large or too small. Dandy Folk, bits and baubles for the sharp and snazzy. Renfest.org, your online directory of Renaissance festivals, vendors, and entertainers. And Henderson's Hearth, classic Celtic cooking to have at home. Please support the show by supporting our sponsors.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to another edition of Shakespeare's Coffee Break. I'm your friendly neighbourhood Shakespeare, and I am on my coffee break. Let's have a nice, noisy slurp to get things off. That's just good internet audio. I don't care who you are. You're like, yeah, that is some good. And that's for the ASMR crowd. Also, this is for the ASMR crowd. Hello, friends, and welcome to Shakespeare's Coffee Break. I am your friendly neighbourhood Shakespeare, and I am on my coffee break. I'm gonna get really popular on YouTube. I know I am. It's just a matter of time. She is so kind to be laughing at me. She was raised politely. And you know what? Women, stop being polite! I yell at women in general. Yeah, because that's going to get me going in places in life. But here's the thing. Our guest today is amazing. She is brilliant. She could probably kick the jimmies out of her cohort in the show that she is in. She is the lovely, the talented, the amazing and brilliant, and will make you fear God, Bella GreenWolf! Oh my God! Oh my God! She's so amazing! Please don't hurt me!
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry for yelling at you for laughing at me! But I know it was meant with love, so there was that. I decided I was going to deck out all Irish for you. So I'm wearing a vest with like lapels. It's not a doublet. I'm wearing my
very
Irish
nice.
cap. Thank you. It is a Mucros cap I'm wearing from Ireland. It is from
Lovely.
County Killarney. And also Kerry Green
Very nice.
scarf made actually of Irish wool. So, yeah. I am Irished out.
Look at you.
I'm all Celtic. I'm Celtic and you do Celtic comedy and magic. Oh, there you go. Why am I selling Lucky Charms right now? This is weird. All right. Lucky
I don't
Charms.
know.
Lucky Charms, not one of our sponsors, but General Mills. If you'd like to, we'll take your money. All right. But Bella GreenWolf, welcome to the show. It is so exciting to have you
you.
on. I've wanted to have you on for a very long time, and Daniel GreenWolf has been on this show many a time, actually. This and
He has.
Shakespeare's Shameless Self-Promotion Happy Hour. But I now have you. I have the brains of the operation. So, so Bella GreenWolf, how have you been?
I've been great. I've been all over the place.
Hmm?
And Daniel and I have been busy. We've got a couple of, we're doing a lot of virtual shows.
Yeah,
and,
you are.
Yep. And Daniel's over in Shelton doing Legends of Fear on some Fridays and Saturday nights, which I went once. It's cold. We play with fire, but it's freezing. And
So,
I do not have weather appropriate costuming.
oh no, that is highly important in this line of work. I mean,
It
seriously.
is.
But so, when you're lighting the fire, are you just holding it near your face and trying to get warm for a little too long, and it just makes it awkward for everybody instead of
mean,
fire eating?
A little bit. No. I've been doing a lot of the fire handling. So I'm just
Ooh.
playing with it and I'm just really warming my hands.
Like, no, let it scorch me. Let it scorch me. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. Basically.
Oh my god.
But no, I was doing when I went, I did the fire eating with him and I don't do the fire breathing. I'm not that crazy.
Why don't you do fire breathing, if I may ask?
Honestly, I have not been trained,
Okay.
but that'll come hopefully by the time fair rolls around, if that's a thing next year. But
Is
we
it
will
a
see.
thing? Is it the apocalypse?
Is it?
Does time
I
have
don't know.
meaning? I don't know. Do you know? I don't know.
I don't know. I know some things.
Ooh, what do you know? What can you tell me? Is the future glorious?
It's wonderful. It's paved in gold.
Really?
Yes.
That really feels expensive. I don't think I can afford the future.
I don't think anyone can afford anything right now.
I can't. Except this ice cream that I got the other day.
Ice cream is good.
Oh yeah, I got hot. This is not an ad. I'm just a fan. I got this ice cream at Ben & Jerry's, one of the actual little shops you can go into. And
Yeah.
this is the coffee fudge for vegans. It's made with the sunflower oil.
Ooh.
It's so good. And this is the very first coffee ice cream I've ever enjoyed.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's like the perfect ratio. And
I love coffee ice cream. That is one of my favorites.
You got to get this then. I mean, it's just so good. And I'm gonna eat it in front of you now too.
Okay. I am sad now.
Yeah. Because Shakespeare's a jerk. It's coffee ice cream, so it belongs on this show.
It does.
You know, I'm going to get closer to the camera.
That's okay. You can eat my share.
Oh, I am.
Oh god.
Oh my god! I bit it and now my gums are cold.
Oh, see, serves you right.
Hoisted on my own petard. Ah, goodness gracious. So, Bella, first things first, magic. How long have you been doing it?
I've been doing magic for about 5.5 years.
All right. And how'd you get involved with it?
So when I met Daniel, obviously knew he was a magician, and I knew that meant there was going to be a lot of times where he was traveling, he'd be on the road, he'd be out at gigs, and I was like, well, if I want to spend time with him, I'm gonna tag along. And we were in, I think it was Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania. He was doing a show, and he needed someone to bring some volunteers up on stage. And the whole deal was, if I was going to go along with him to one of his shows, I had to wear his swag. Like, I had to look like I fit in. Yeah.
You want to hang out with me? You wear my shirt!
So for the longest time, my outfit was a black skirt with boots with a Gingers Are Magic tank top.
This makes me so happy. I don't know why, but this makes me so happy.
So he needed someone to bring volunteers up on stage, and I was there, and he was going around, picking people from the audience, and he was like, "Can you just walk them up on stage?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And I did it like it was just second nature. And he was like, "Okay, this might be a thing." So I just started helping out with the shows, and I started very much as just being, his assistant, helping him get things together, leading people up on stages. And slowly that evolved into me becoming a more significant part of the show. And now I'm eating fire and doing all kinds of crazy illusions, and I get stuffed into boxes with umbrellas shoved through them, and all kinds of fun things.
Oh, that seems so glorious.
But I love it. It's so much fun. It's so much fun.
That's so grand. I was in a magic show for one season at a Renaissance fair 16, 17 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And it was some of the most fun I've ever had to be a part of that magic show. And one of the things I had to learn how to do is box jumping. So it was so great. We got our time down really snappy. So it looked good. So even actual, magicians and illusionists said, "Hey, you're not doing bad." I mean, they never actually said we're doing good, except in the rehearsal process where they wanted us, to feel like we were doing a good job. But in watching the actual show, hey, that's not bad. I was like, all right, thank you very much. All right. But yeah, just one season of it, but it was so much fun.
Yeah.
I love and having to sign all the waivers for how do things work and all that. Oh, maybe made me so happy. But it's really fun because I've become friends with a whole lot of magicians who, because they know that that is part of my background, they're willing to tell me how things work.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yes, and it's like, well, you did sign this. You're not going to tell anyone. And for the longest time, I was like, yeah, this is a lifetime agreement. Yeah, obviously, like someone's going to come and kill me, and
They're gonna find you.
honestly, that was like a fear I had in the back of my head for years. And after I turned 35, I realized they're probably not coming after me. But just in case, I'm going to be safe.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
better to be safe than sorry.
exactly. You know a ginger who does magic, who does karate. And
I do.
in his garage. And it's like, hey, he's going to do karate in the garage on me. And I don't want that.
I know. We have a punching bag in our gym. Ooh.
No.
I don't want to ever be on the other end of that.
Speaking of punching bags in the gym, brings up something else, another project you were a part of with Daniel. And
Yes.
that is Can You Count? Hashtag Can You Count?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
So Daniel and I Daniel really started the hashtag Can You Count. Maybe it was a year or two ago. And it was like around New Year's. And it was kind of like, well, everyone has, the New Year's resolution to lose weight. And working out and being healthy is not about just losing weight. So he came up with Can You Count? Because everyone has a number that they want to get to, some kind of a goal, whether it's to increase a bench press or a deadlift or gaining weight, losing weight, hitting some kind of a benchmark usually has a number associated with it. So it's really inclusive and you can really individualize it for whatever goal you're working on. So we were like, we should make this a thing. And for a while we were doing Facebook videos and just kind of documenting our journeys and like the things that we were working on. And it got bigger. And now we have t-shirts and tank tops, and we are going to launch a Kickstarter at some point. Yeah. So people can get some Can You Count swag. It's funny because we have a gym that we built in our house because of all the quarantine stuff, and no one's really comfortable going back to the gym. So we spray painted hashtag Can You Count on our wall in the basement. So that's kind of where that all started. And it's been really great because it's been something that we've consistently stuck with. And people do follow it, and it's helpful. It's inspirational to people.
Yeah.
And it's just a little thing that you can get there. If there's a number, you can reach it. And Danny's motto always is, if you're not dead, you're not done. Because who's to say what the deadline is? You can make up an arbitrary deadline, but you don't have to. It's an ongoing journey. This is your life. This is what you're doing every day. You just keep at it.
Absolutely wonderful.
I've actually started, which I'm going to continue into the Can You Count. For the past, I think I'm on day 17, I've been doing 25 push-ups a day. It's for 25 days to raise awareness for depression, anxiety, PTSD, and all kinds of mental health.
That's wonderful.
So I've been recording myself doing 25 push-ups, and I put it on Facebook with that same message out there, change it up a little bit. But I think even after the 25 days of that challenge are up, I'm just going to continue the 25 push-ups into the hashtag Can You Count, because it's become something that I look forward to doing. I feel good doing it. I feel stronger. The push-ups get easier the more I do them. It's just
yes, they do.
It's pretty awesome. So I'm going to keep, continuing to do that and kind of tagging that on.
Wonderful. It's glorious. And yes, they do get easier. Oh, goodness. So how do you like this business that we call show? Because you, as you were saying earlier in the show, kind of stumbled into it by virtue of being with Daniel, and he made you wear his swag as a perk of going with that. I gotta say that takes hubris, and man, I gotta try that. Like, not just with off-screen wife who may or may not go along with it, but just friends and family. Like, oh, you want to come to my show? Oh, yes, I do. I do want to come to your show, but you want to come for free? Yeah, if you have tickets and all that, you should get me in for free. All right, you know what? You're gonna wear my swag.
You're gonna be a walking advertisement for me.
Be an advertisement. All right, I will wear your T-shirt, but I'm gonna wear a jacket over it. Can't stop you. Dang it! I need hoodies. So. And scene. But, so weird. This is a weird show. But, how do you like this show business? I mean, you have your own thing going on now a bit apart from him.
Right. I'm also a nurse. And, yeah, I know, right? Who'd have thought?
LPN, CN, I actually have no idea what things mean other than licensed practicing nurse.
RN, registered nurse.
RN. Is that the highest level of nurse? Like, what? Sorry.
No, you can actually have a doctorate.
Oh, right. Oh, yes. That I did know. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
So you're the level below doctorate.
No. That would be the master's. So you can be at the doctorate level. You can have advanced practice.
Okay.
Nurse practitioner. So that would be an APRN.
Okay.
And they're above their master's degree level. I'm at bachelor's degree level.
Okay, cool. So
there'd be like nursing assistant, CNA, then LPN, and then RN.
All right. So and then the other above you.
I'm like in the middle of the sandwich.
Are you gonna go get a doctorate and so we can call you Doctor Nurse, Doctor?
No.
Why
not? Costs money. It costs money, and I'm not good at math. Ask Daniel. Oh, he makes fun of me all the time. I'm horrible at math.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
It's less about math and just knowing specifically what you need. It's like, I need 50 cc's of hydrocortisone. Stat! Give him 20 volts. Stat! See? I can do it. I watched ER. I watched ER in the 90s. Yeah. I mean, I think everyone did.
Or House.
I never watched House. But let's assume I did.
You could do it.
I could.
But yeah.
I'm not gonna.
So I have my Monday through Friday nursing job. And then we usually do performing. I perform with Daniel on the weekends or, evening hours whenever he has gigs. But it has introduced me to so many people that I wouldn't have otherwise crossed paths with. Mm-hmm. And I mean, you for one.
And that is the gift that keeps on giving.
It is.
You're on this show, which has tens of viewers.
Tens.
Sometimes 11s.
But it's just it's just experiences that I wouldn't have had otherwise. The places that we get to travel to, pre-pandemic. But it's just there are states I never would have envisioned myself going to Texarkana. And I was there twice.
Texarkana, Arkansas.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I've never been to Texarkana, Arkansas. Never been. Huh? I said I've never been to Texarkana, Arkansas. But it's one of those names that is just so unique onto its own that you know exactly where it is.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, like the road trips and just the experiences. And I never would have had any of that if it weren't for performing and show business and everything else. And we've, built up our show. So unfortunately, before all this stuff shut down, we were really getting into theaters and doing a lot of our illusion shows in theaters for hundreds of people. Yeah. And that's just amazing. To have that feeling, to be on stage and people are watching you, you're like, just like in awe, like I want to be them. And it's just so cool. I love it.
That is amazing.
And now we're figuring out the whole virtual show and
you're killing it, I might say. You are killing it.
Thank you.
We Off-Screen Wife and I we went to your virtual show just as we're recording this just last weekend, and
yes,
and I say went to because we dressed up for it. It felt like an evening at the theatre for us for the, 80, 90 minutes that you all were performing. And it was a delight. And
Oh, thank you.
You weren't in it nearly enough, but the points you were, especially with that tiny mini hand.
Oh my gosh. I know. And that was like such a last minute thing. I was in rare form last weekend.
You were
It was
funny.
What?
You were funny.
I found this. I don't even know where it is. He hid it from me. It's this. He has more of them. I'm going to find them. This is a part of the show now. But I found this little tiny baby hand. And but before the show and after the show, I was just going nuts with it. I was like, I have to do something with this. And it just became a part. But that's the back and forth between the two of us. I'm getting a little bit more confident in my improv skills and things like that. So the back and forth is a little bit more playful. It's a little bit more fun. It shows our personalities a lot more.
And that's fantastic.
But yeah, I love coming up with new stuff.
And so your back and forth, is it heretofore scripted, or has it always been a little bit more improvisational, catch as catch can?
Some of the things are scripted. Most of it's not though. And a lot of the stuff that is scripted started out as just a random improv line that we're like, I like that. We're going to keep that in the show. And we kind of just write it in. You know, Daniel has scripts for specific pieces. The Wicker Man is very scripted. Spoons is very scripted. But then there are some pieces that we just have more fun with. And it's a little bit more loose in the scripting. And, you know, every once in a while, there's like a real winner that one of us comes out with that we're just like, oh, we got to keep that. We got to remember that line. But yeah, that's kind of how our scripting works.
Wonderful. And I have to say, just everything you all are doing, like the card trick, for instance, of pick a card. So pick a card, any card. One of the oldest tricks in the book. And you all made it work on Zoom. Where we are right now, where I am barely intelligible, literate, and able to hold a conversation, you did magic over the internet.
I know.
And minds were blown.
That's really one of the first, because I don't do very much magic. I have more of a hand in the illusions and like the fire eating stuff. You know, Daniel's really been the one who does all of the close-up magic. And I was like, I want to do something. So, you know, he taught me a card piece, and I was like, yeah, let's do that for the virtual show. So that was a lot of fun.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Is this something that you're going to be sticking with? Because you do now have an online presence and persona.
I do.
Separate from his. I mean, it's like you're getting your own spin-off series, almost.
I know.
Are you getting your own spin-off series?
So, speaking of spin-off series, I have been playing with different designs for my own swag.
Done. Sell it right here. Do it.
I'm probably going to start, you know, with like buttons and stickers and things like that, but
people love stickers. But
yeah, I'm doing hoodies. Daniel can have all the t-shirts and tank tops he wants. I'm doing hoodies. I'm always freezing. I live in hoodies. Hoodie season is my season. I'm coming out with hoodies.
All right. If I may, do you like scarves?
Yeah.
Do you like scarves?
I do. I don't have enough of them.
Scarves.
I should have a whole like
Bella GreenWolf
Bella
scarves.
GreenWolf like winter gear swag line.
Seriously, like winter gear, because like, and then you and my wife, who is cold up until like July.
Yeah.
You two can then be bundled up in the earlier Renaissance fair in the Northeast when we're out there in April, because that makes sense when it's still snowing.
I know.
Yeah, we're still out there. We're like, oh, we're having a great time. Look at us.
Yeah,
And
we're
I mean, like, you and Daniel at least have fire, and Paolo Garbanzo, you know, he's juggling and he's doing crazy things, and he's got fire. And then other people, everyone's got fire. And then there's me, Slappy the Clown. I'm over here. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna throw a cat at you. People are
My
like,
daughter still has one of your cats.
oh, the
One
fluffy
of
kitten love grenades.
kittens. Yes.
Hey, everyone, get a fluffy kitten love grenade. In honor of the season, this one's called Pumpkin Spice.
I love it.
Yeah, and Pumpkin Spice's eyes glow in the dark. Yeah.
Very cool. I think my daughter has one that's the eyes glow in the dark too.
Good.
Yep.
So good. Oh my gosh, Bella, you are a genuine delight, and I love having you on here. And I need to get you on again.
Yes.
Maybe at some point, for the shameless self promotion happy hour, and you could do some
Oh yeah,
magic.
definitely.
That was obviously magic, or like the international
Obviously.
symbol of magic. I mean,
Yeah. No, totally got it.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're with me. You feel me? All
Yeah.
right, yes. So
We're diving.
we're
Good.
jiving. We're doing great things. So, Bella, what does Halloween hold for you?
Halloween. So Daniel will be performing at Legends of Fear because for the first time in, I don't know, forever, Halloween is on a Saturday.
For the first time in forever. Sorry.
I know. You know what? As soon as it came out of my mouth, that is exactly what went through my head. And I was like, what did I just do? Because now it's going to be stuck in my head.
You got
and now
Shakespeare
I'm gonna have to watch
singing.
Frozen.
Yeah,
now
you
I'm
are.
gonna have to watch Frozen.
I still haven't seen Frozen 2. Have you seen it?
Oh, it's amazing.
Is
It's
it
so
good?
much better than it's so much more real.
Frozen
they
2. This time,
Deal with
there's
like,
more
mental health
Frozen.
on a real level, which is amazing.
Really?
And I love it. They do. It's fantastic.
That is amazing. Because
Yeah.
I mean, I know everything that happens because I have nieces and a nephew who give me spoilers all the time for everything. I'm like, all right, cool, I know what happens.
Yep.
For instance, I felt for years that I did not need to see Frozen because my now 13-year-old nephew told me the plot of Frozen beat for beat for beat for beat for beat on multiple occasions. And I was like, all right, cool, Olaf, yeah, he's a great guy. Yeah, I love summertime. But finally, last year, I saw Frozen. I was like, oh, this is really good. Hey,
Yeah.
hey, I think Disney's onto something here.
I think the second one's better.
Really?
I do. Mm-hmm.
All right, high praise. I'm gonna have to see it.
It is
Okay.
good.
I mean, I was planning
You
on
have to
it.
let me
but-
know.
All right, real quick. Let's do some Frozen talk real quick before I let you go.
Okay.
So, the bad guy in the first one, who was Prince Hans,
Prince Hans.
did that feel like a blindside? Like they were not leading up to him being a bad guy
Yeah,
at
no.
all. Like
I did not see that one coming.
it's just like it's like where were they? Like I think he was under mind control from the trolls.
Yeah. Maybe
Because
and
they
the trolls
wanted
were totally on
Kristoff.
Kristoff's side.
Yeah.
They were.
And it's not so much like, oh, we want him to be a bad guy and like try to kill everybody. More of like,
we just don't want him with Anna.
No, yeah, we want Kristoff with Anna. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Because they liked her.
Yeah, because like they had that like, I mean, just
They had the
specifically.
history with her from when she was little.
Yes, there's that, but also when Prince Hans is helping Anna up, and theoretically he doesn't know who she is yet. We don't know for sure. They play it as it's a genuine moment between them, you know, and it's just like, come on. I'm like not saying I wanted him to end up with her, but come on. He didn't need to be a villain. You could honestly do it. Like there's no actual villain. Like he was like. What villain is going to say to the people of the city, come into the castle, we have hot cocoa in Glurg? I mean, like, he said Glurg, and that is a real Scandinavian thing.
It's a real thing.
Yeah, I received a bottle of it last year. I was like, what is this, Glurg? And then I saw Frozen, and I still didn't know. But they don't define it. But it's just like, did he have to be a villain? Did he? I mean, come on.
Well, he did. You know, he did because Elsa's song, Let It Go, it was too good of a song and it was too popular for her to be the villain. And I read that they switched gears. And originally Elsa was supposed to be the villain because Frozen is actually based off of the Snow Queen, who was the villain. And that they switched gears and Hans became the villain.
Oh, I'm learning so much right now. This is amazing.
So it happens when you have daughters.
Wow. All right. Now, next thing, real quick. Don't you think they could have done it of actually having it as there's no villain? Like, maybe misunderstandings, but at the end of it, there's no villain.
They could, but what's the fun in that?
Well, everyone has a growing experience, and if there's good songs, then you don't care.
And then you don't learn to, not trust strangers.
Yeah, but also it's just like a thing of like, hey, some strangers are perfectly fine to trust. It's like, let's get to know each other. I mean, you could do that. I don't know, just like, hey, there's no real villain. It's like the villain was inside of us all the time, but inside was also the hero.
Mm-hmm.
See?
I forget how she phrased it, but one of the girls said something. Oh, we were talking about like villains and like good guys versus bad guys. And she said something like, Prince Hans was a bad guy with a nice face. And you can't always trust people who have nice faces because sometimes they're actually bad.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
Yep.
We were talking about Frozen and I needed to have ice cream.
And you need to have ice cream. It just led right into the other.
Indeed, like intimately connected.
Absolutely.
So, what is happening? So,
I don't know.
your daughter's comment about it, Prince Hans has a nice face, but he's a villain, reminds me of a line in Lord of the Rings. When the questioning, is Strider working for the enemy? And Frodo says, I feel that an agent of the enemy would look fairer and feel fouler. So, Prince Hans. So your daughter is fantastic and brilliant and obviously a Tolkien fan. Is she a Lord of the Rings fan?
No, they're too little, I think, for Lord of the Rings.
How old are they?
9 and 10.
They're fine! Send them to my house. Quarantine them for 2 weeks first. Then send them to my house and we're going to watch Lord of the Rings over a weekend and they will learn the glory that is Middle-earth.
I think they'd be totally into it.
Yeah,
I think they would.
I mean, look who the parents are. I mean, like,
I know.
I mean, no offense, y'all are nerds. Y'all are nerds.
We
and I
are.
love you.
We
I
are.
love you. You're amazing nerds. Well, you can find the amazing Bella GreenWolf everywhere on social media, all throughout it. You can find her on Facebook. You can find her. I mean, I'm trying to get my notes to load. I'm just stalling for time right here. Oh, here we go. You can find Bella GreenWolf on Facebook, facebook.com/Bella GreenWolf Magic. You can find her on Instagram at Bella GreenWolf, Twitter, Bella GreenWolf, and go to CelticMagicShow.com. Bella GreenWolf, thank you so much for being on Shakespeare's Coffee Break. You are
so
a
welcome.
delight.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Friends, this has been Shakespeare's shameless... Oh, no, it has not been shameless self-promotion. This has been Shakespeare's Coffee Break. I know the show because I'm a professional. This has been Shakespeare's Coffee Break. I'm your friendly neighborhood Shakespeare. This is my coffee break. Let's have one final noisy slurp before we go. That's just good internet audio. I don't care who you are. It really is. Also, friends, today's show, again, was brought to you by the good people at Hill Storage and Rigging Company, Dandy Folk, Runfair.org, and Henderson's Hearth. Please support the show by supporting our sponsors. And if you felt the show was worth $1, I would love to have it. You can go buy me a cup of coffee at coffee.com/Shakespeare. That's ko-fi.com/Shakespeare and buy me a cup of coffee. You can also become my Patreon on Patreon. Become a Patreon of the Arts at patreon.com/Shakespeare. That's patreon.com/Shakespeare. Friends, we will see you tomorrow. I love you, you love me. There's mutual glorious affection. And keep it classy, San Diego.
Support the show by supporting our sponsors. Hill Storage and Rigging Company, Middletown, Pennsylvania. Machinery movers and erectors. Go to hillrigging.com. Renfest.org, your online directory of Renaissance festivals, vendors, and entertainers. Henderson's Hearth, classic Celtic recipes for today's on-the-go schedule. Visit them at hendersonshearth.com and at the Louisiana Renaissance Festival weekends starting November 7th. Dandy Folk, bits and baubles for the sharp and snazzy. reversible venture hoods, scarves, masks, and more to get you through the seasons in style. Save $5 off of your order of $50 or more using our special code Death by Fluffy Kittens. Shop now at dandyfolk.etsy.com.
Yes, but also, yeah, because you know what? I'm just gonna have another bite of ice cream. That's what I'm
The
gonna do.
important things in life.
I'm gonna stop the show right now. I'm just gonna have ice cream. I'm gonna look at you dead in the camera, Bella.
No, I have to go out and get ice cream.
You can't. There's quarantine. I spit chocolate onto the screen when I said that. I am not a professional, and yet here I am.